Welcome back, our dear viewers. You know, like during summer, there were a lot of camps that provide different skills for teenagers so they can improve their skills and become better tools for the society. The Girls Empowerment Camp was founded by Osama Alowaish, Senior Business Development Manager at Kuwait Life Sciences Company and acting head of the Life Sciences Academy, together with Fatima Juma, Medical Director of FSHN Rehabilitation Camp that was established recently. With the beginning conversation between the two of them, the vision started to create a program for teenagers in Kuwait that went beyond sports, focusing instead on every aspect of health, emotion, and resilience, life skills as well, and physical well-being. Our first girl camp was launched as the pilot, and they were waiting to see how it would be received. To the overwhelming response and support from many families confirmed the need for such program with this encouragement and also for the boys themselves. So please welcome with me Fatima Juma and Osama Alowaish. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Of course, our pleasure actually. So I would like to ask you with something light.
Sure.
During the days when you were teenagers, what were one skill that kind of boost your confidence or you were working on?
Well, actually doing some types of sports actually helped boost my confidence. Back then, you know, my parents weren't focused on sports, but I would want to do it, and that helped give a boost.
That's really awesome. And what about you, Osama?
Same. So we were a very sports-oriented household. My dad played squash. I played squash, my brothers and siblings. And I played team sports. I played volleyball growing up. So it was one of the skills that my parents engraved in us to, you know, become better at communication, become a team player. And I think it's made a lot of difference for us. That's
really awesome. Yeah. And that brings us to the today topic, which is like the camp. First tell us, like, how did the vision started with you, Fatima?
Osama and I have known each other for years, and we both always have a passion for education, and then especially free education for the community. And he brought up the idea saying, how can we make our two companies do a project together? And he said, how about we do a camp? And I said, for boys or girls? He said, for girls. And then I said, how about we do a teenager camp? And then he's like, okay. And then we decided, how about not just about sports? Because that's what you can do here in the summer. I said, let's teach them different skills, mental health, emotional health, physical health, not just about activity. Because that's what we find is lacking a lot right now. And then just went from there. And he
That's
agreed.
really awesome. So you were like throwing like a rock to different birds instead of one.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And for you, Osama, like tell me about that moment when you start like the conversation. How did it elevate into becoming from a vision into something realistic happening?
So I was having other conversations with different physicians that later became a part of this. So we have Dr. Nada Ibrahim, Dr. Noor Ibrahim, Dalal Ahmadi, Bashar al-Badr, and Noor Darban. So we've had separate conversations. Fatma was included in some, but the idea was they were telling me about their clinic and them in their practices. They've been seeing a lot of concerns that they wanted to, you know, shed light on. So we thought about, you know, bringing this idea to them, and they kind of helped scope it and help create it into the camp that it became at the time. So it's been something we've thought about. We've seen a lot of camps. We've heard a lot about a lot of camps, but we wanted to do something different, and we felt this is a niche market and this is a gap that we wanted to fill.
Exactly. Like during summer, there's a lot of camps. Like as soon as the summer break starts, you see a lot of advertisement for different camps and providing different skills. And I like the idea that you are combining different skills into one. So instead of just sport, they can learn a lot of things in a short period of time.
We did include sports though, so that was a big one.
Maybe like for the boys.
And also for the girls, we did Pilates, we did yoga, we did powerlifting with Hayal Gassar, who's a powerlifter. She's a she has medals in powerlifting, so she came and so we did involve sports, so we never took that away, but we kind of involved other aspects that were lacking potentially in other camps.
We just didn't make it the focus.
Yeah.
Not yet, huh?
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
And now for you, Fatima, what's amazing that you have done is not only like working on the idea itself, but you also brought your team as well. Like some of your team, the mentors and the staff that you work with to make this idea even greater. So how did that change the design and the impact of the program?
As Osama said, we used the medical professionals that we work with in the city to center the camp around them. And then once we had those physicians in place, the schedule, then in my clinic, because we are rehabilitation and a mental health department, so it was natural for me to ask our colleagues who are psychologists and psychiatrists to join in and help teach some of the different skills that we wanted to with emotional health, boundaries, social media, cybersecurity, different things to help girls learn how to protect themselves and learn how to be a little bit savvy with when they're using things on social media. So because this camp wasn't just people who are just on social media, they're actual people in the community that people go to, who we refer to, who we work with every day for health concerns and mental health concerns. And they were everyone that we knew personally. So there was no one that was invited that wasn't someone that we knew that had what they taught didn't have the same kind of vision or alignment that we had in our practice for work.
That's really cool. So it's like a hub joining different expertise and taking the hand of the teenagers to connect with.
Yes.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
And I know like such a program, it make parents thrilled to understand like the result, how things were going, and also like for you as a creator for the program itself, you want to see the feedback. So how did that feedback encourage you to establish the boys camp or like the idea itself?
So, alhamdulillah, all the feedback was positive across the board with all the parents. One comment or one feedback that really resonated with me was one of the parents saying that, and her daughter was probably the most anxious, the most awkward at the beginning. She was very scared to be there.
Hesitant, kind of?
She was very hesitant and she was very scared to be there, but her mom sent me a message saying that her daughter was telling her that this was the highlight of her summer.
MashaAllah.
So for us it was a big deal, you know, we saw, it's just a 1 week program, but we did see the change in the attitudes of the girls throughout, how close they became. The parents were very happy, they were very excited about the program and what we were teaching the kids. So
that's really cool. So like it kind of exceeded your expectations.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, that's really lovely.
Yeah.
And for you, Fatima, like I know there's a lot of skills they are trying to teach the teenagers themselves. But what one lesson or like two key factors you would like the teenagers to take away to their home, a message they would like to take from the camp itself?
For them to learn how, one big thing that they talked about is their inner voice. Letting the girls know how not to be too critical about themselves and learning different ways to manage that. And they learned a lot about emotional resilience and mental resilience. They learned about, we asked them every day, what are things that they learned from each day? And they mentioned, I learned how to give myself positive affirmations. I learned not to be critical about myself. They said, I learned about cybersecurity. I learned how to set boundaries on social media and in real life. So those are the things we were really proud of, that we were able to help them understand and not feel shy to talk about and feel in a safe place that they can express these things. Because right now on social media, there's so many different aspects, and we wanted to give them clear, direct advice that they could use in their life.
That's really amazing, because those topics are really sensitive, especially like in this age.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents may find like difficulties when they are treating with their teenagers and how to educate them.
Yeah.
So that's really wonderful to see.
I just want to add one more thing to that. We wanted to teach them how to be good friends.
Good friends.
I mean, how
good
to
people.
be good support system for their friends, how to be an integral part of society or their community. We just, with social media, there's a lot of hateful talk, and there's a lot of ways
comments.
that, there are a lot of ways that people portray themselves, and we wanted to make sure these girls knew how to be friends to their friends, you know, how to be, you know, part of their society, be respectful and part of the community, because at the end of the day, that's their chosen family, I guess. So we wanted to kind of bolster these, you know, into their personalities and their attitudes.
That's really awesome, like to create a support tool between the teenagers themselves and a very friendly environment.
Yeah.
And talking about support, there were like also some companies, some organizations that also like help in fostering the camp itself and supporting. So how did that logistic design like the camp, or maybe like make it even like better?
Yeah, so I mean, the lineup of speakers was a strong suit for us. The camp itself, so the schedule and the talks were very exciting for a lot of the sponsors. So we reached out to a bunch of sponsors. We had, I think, almost 20 sponsors. That just gave us, you know, free stuff, and we chose the sponsors according to, you know, what we thought the program we wanted it to look like. and how we wanted it to be portrayed, and we wanted some gifts and stuff for the kids to take home with them. So the sponsors were very supportive of our talks, what we offered in the camp. So they were relevant to our camp. So it was our way of giving back to the girls, and just a memory or like some tokens that they can take and remember the camp with.
That's really amazing. Yeah. And I know like a lot of boys right now, they are at school, but the parents, they are watching us and they are eager for their boys to join the next camp if it's gonna happen. So what things you would like to send to the parents that are watching us right now so they can involve their boys in the camp?
So this first camp was the girls' camp, which was our pilot, and we definitely were going to do a boys' camp afterwards. When parents saw the actual itinerary of what we were teaching, that's what made them, yes, we want to come. When they saw the schedule of what they were going to learn. So we have a wait list actually right now for other females, other girls' camps, and then the boys' one is actually, we're going to start that first. So again, it's just to help give them some building blocks in their development. So as they grow older and becoming teenagers and older teenagers, some of these skills will just help them make better choices and just to be able to think about things from a different perspective and have different understanding about themselves and others around them.
Like
so
becoming independent people in the future.
Yeah, independent people and like emotionally intelligent.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
That's really a good one.
Yeah.
Because I think some people, they like that today. And also like social intelligence.
Yeah. And the changes that go through your body from when you're 13 years old, so many things are changing. So part of the instruction, part of the camp, we were teaching about physical health. And so the same thing will happen also for the boys. So hopefully by next month we'll start the boys one.
The boys one?
Yeah.
That's going to be really exciting for the parents watching us. Then be prepared for the next camp for the boys. And now for the future. This question for both of you. How do you see like the future for empowerment and the series of activities that are going to be done for the future regarding the camp itself?
So we've done a lot of thinking after the camp because we had a lot of feedback, constructive feedback from both the speakers and from the parents. So we're also kind of catering the future camps to be, to be more applicable, to be more inclusive. So we're doing a lot of homework on our end as well to create the camp to be better. I mean, this is a work in progress. This is a pilot that we did. Obviously, there's a lot more to come. There's a lot of learning for us as well. It's not just for the girls. We learned so much. We learned about this generation. We learned about, we took home a lot of learning points as well. Yeah. So I think we're gonna filter those and we're gonna push those towards our future camps. Potentially make it more of maybe after school activity. Maybe with the boys we gotta include other things, other topics. So we're brainstorming. We're trying to build our lineup of speakers. I mean, at the end of the day, these are the doctors and the medical professionals that we work with are kind of our support system and they're our backbone. So we're building our line of champions and ambassadors as well for future programs.
That sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
And part of why parents were actually eager to join is all the proceeds that we used from the camp went to helping fund treatment for children from low-income families from our pediatric rehabilitation team. So it was a community initiative with an education initiative. So it was like a give-give in both ways. And so all the speakers, they all came out of their own time and volunteered to come speak, from the medical professionals to the mentors. And also we spoke ourselves too.
Yeah.
Mashallah, that's really amazing. Like to see this collaboration between different professions, as well as like the collaboration between the youth themselves to become a great generation that can lead themselves, become independent, and also a useful tool for the society and the world itself. Thank you so much, Osama Alowaish and also Fatima Juma for joining us and enlightening us about this beautiful camp that's going to help the young generation become more empowered in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And now, dear viewers, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to be back. Stay tuned.